How far would you go to live the lavish lifestyle of an influencer? Would you kill? Would you befriend one and then leave them on a deserted island to assume their identity? C just wants to show you all the beautiful places that Thailand has to offer. Sure, your stuff gets robbed the same night you've just met her, but she offers you a boat ride to a secluded island where not even the locals go. But hey, beats me, seems like she just wants to show you a good time. In this video, I will be going through the events that unfold in Influencer. We'll be delving into the mistakes made and exploring survival strategies in order to beat the influencer serial killer. Madison has every Zoomer's dream job as a social media influencer who travels the world while promoting crappy products to her followers. Her latest adventure takes her to Thailand, where she enjoys the local Thai food such as burgers and going to the many local hotspots such as her hotel pool. She pretends to be happy in front of the camera for her fans, but in reality, she is upset as her boyfriend cancelled coming with her at the last minute. Luckily for her, there's plenty of lovely people at the hotel she can befriend.
What brings you to Thailand?
The wonderful women.
While she's getting hit on by Mr. I want to fly you out to Dubai, her hotel neighbour C swoops in to save her. They go for a walk along the beach where Madison opens up about her boyfriend not being able to come and how she's been pretending to explore Thailand for views. C, being the nice person she is, offers to take her around the local hotspots so she can actually have the experience she was planning to have. What Madison doesn't know is that she is about to experience hell, close to that of being dropped by her sponsors. The two girls go for an evening of sightseeing and partying, while also enjoying the local food, and Madison is finally enjoying her time in Thailand. While Thailand does offer the most amazing nights out, it goes without saying that safety should never be overlooked. Pickpockets and jewelry snatchers are prevalent, so it's advisable to not wear your most expensive drip. You should also stay cautious of shady areas, and in nightclubs, make sure to have your hand over your drink and avoid free drinks from strangers when the source is unknown. The two girls safely make it back to their hotel. However, Madison is shocked to find that her hotel room has been robbed and her passport stolen while she was out. With no other choice, she must now extend her stay while she waits for her new passport, which can take between 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, this sucks, and right now there's currently no red flags to point the blame towards C. But it wouldn't be far-fetched to think that while we were out, she had accomplices rob our stuff, and that she was operating a tight ship system to scam tourists. However, we just don't have enough evidence. Madison should ask the hotel staff to check the CCTV cameras and see if anyone could be identified. She does the right thing by reporting the robbery, but what she should also do is write down the crime report number so she can claim losses from insurance. Other than this, there's not much she can do but hunker down and wait for her new passport. Having to stay an extra couple of weeks, Madison calls her boyfriend Ryan to tell him this, but he thinks it's an excuse to avoid him for not coming. They get into a heated argument and she ends up breaking up with him. Now single, Madison uses this opportunity to explore Thailand to its fullest alongside her new best friend C. They enjoy a number of excursions over the following days, and by the end of the week, C tells Madison that she has one final surprise for her. The next day, C reveals that they'll be going on a boat trip to an island a few kilometers off the mainland. Kinda sus that this island apparently isn't too well known even with the locals, but what do I know. If it were me, I would let someone know that I was going to this island where there's potentially no phone signal just in case anything happens. When they arrive, Madison notices a log with engravings suggesting someone was here counting the days. The way C talked about this place indicates that she knows it well and comes often. Why would there be engravings that stop at the number 7 next to a pre-built fireplace? If I were Madison, I would make up some excuse that I was sick and needed to head back to the mainland. I would also say something like how my boyfriend is planning to surprise me, so I needed to head back to pick him up. Any excuse that involves a third party needing confirmation of my whereabouts will suffice. Despite these red flags, Madison opts to stay because this will make fine content for her Instagram.
She'd probably think you brought me all this way to kill me. In the middle of the ocean. No one can hear you scream.
Damn, Madison, even your 5,000-year-old primal instincts are screaming at you that something is off. I would listen to your gut and scurry the hell out of there with her boat.
No, I'm not gonna kill you. But I am going to leave you here. If I had to guess, I'd say you'll last maybe 3, 4 days at the most. And like all the other girls, no one's gonna come looking for you.
You have got to be f***ing kidding me. Not only did C just admit her whole plan, but she also outlined her motives as well. Get the hell out of there, or pull an Uno reverse card and leave her to rot with the sand crabs. The next day, C bounces, leaving Madison to rot on the deserted island with no supplies. She then takes over her whole identity using a wig with Photoshop and a voice changer to continue over her social media accounts. She has also taken over her bank account using the stolen passport as identity. Okay, this is f***ed up. Madison clearly thought C was joking about leaving her on the island, but she'll soon wake up to face reality. Here's to hoping she has a few baseballs and basketballs to keep her company. In order to survive, she'll have to compose herself and not panic. Easier said than done. Firstly, the markings on the logs are actually a very good sign that should calm her down. The average person can only survive roughly 3 days without water, so the fact that her last victim survived until 7 means that there must be a source of fresh water located within the island. Furthermore, she's lucky that this is Thailand and coconut trees grow in abundance like weeds. The green ones contain the coconut water she'll need to stay hydrated, while the brown ones contain laxatives that she should avoid unless she has constipation. The fur around the shell can be used as tinder, which also happens to be a natural mosquito repellent. The last victim surviving 7 days can also be viewed as a downside, because it means something else got to them. This could indicate that they had their own water which ran out, or an island predator got to them first. The predators she could encounter include snakes, centipedes, scorpions and mosquitoes. As for the ones surrounding her in the water, she should be cautious of jellyfish and dragonfish, which are most prevalent in the south of Thailand where this film is set. There are many species of jellyfish in Thailand, however only the box jellyfish is the main concern. Coupled with the fact that she is many miles off the mainland, we can write off swimming back as an option unless she happens to be Chloe McArdle. Also remember, if you get stung by a jellyfish, peeing on it is a myth made up by probably some teenager who pulled the greatest prank on the world. Anyway, back to the predators. Her main concern will be the ones on land. Snakes are very common in Thailand and the lethal species even more so. This includes vipers, most types of kraits, coral snakes and several cobras such as the spitting cobra and the king cobra. Some snakes also reportedly play dead, so don't snatch one up thinking you can feast on it because they'll most likely not appreciate it. As for the scorpions, the species found in the south of Thailand is primarily the black scorpion, which has a pretty mild sting, so if she sees one, she should grab it and turn it into a kebab for the night. Also, don't expect it to drop below 30 degrees Celsius anytime soon. This doesn't mean she can skip level 2 of Survival 101 as she'll still need to make a fire. This can be used to boil water, cook food and create smoke to attract the attention of anyone out at sea or in disguise. Easiest way to start a fire without matches or a magnifying glass is by making a bow drill out of shoelaces and some wood and then rubbing it vigorously over the coconut tinder. This scorching heat will be more than any tan beds she's ever experienced, so she'll need to build a shelter. Building one on an elevated area is her best bet to avoid mosquitoes and to also get a good view of the horizon in case C returns early with another cream promoting victim. To build a shelter, place 2 sturdy Y-shaped sticks into the ground with another sturdy stick placed across them. Then create walls on either side by placing flat pieces of wood at 45 degrees until both sides are covered, and then cover the walls with foliage. Finally, line the floor with dry grass or moss for a comfortable mattress. Not quite the accommodation you would post on a gram, but it's not like you have a choice. She also has all the time in the world, so might as well create a massive SOS sign using rocks on the beach. Next, I would gather supplies found around the island such as firewood and also extra pieces of clothing found on previous victims in order to wrap my arms and legs against snakes and mosquitoes. If Madison has played the forest, she should be an expert in creating traps for food and fighting any potential deformed cannibals. An easy way to get food would be to gather clams and fresh seaweed nearby underwater, which should be easy enough due to how clear the waters are in Thailand. Finally, bugs and insects can also be eaten, such as crickets and ants, which are full of protein needed to get through the day. Meanwhile, C is living the life using Madison's credit card, but her Gen Z dopamine soon runs out, so what better idea than to hunt for another victim? Meet Jessica, another influencer traveling the world and promoting crappy creams. Perfect target. C's usual approach doesn't work at first, so she pretends to be a fan who is obsessed with her, which plays perfectly to Jessica's ego. Remember, don't play the odds, play the man. Anyway, C invites Jessica over to her villa, which she was meant to stay with her boyfriend, who bailed out at the last minute, and it looks like the island is about to acquire a new inhabitant real soon.
What's all this? You made it! Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Madison's boyfriend.
Seems like Ryan had a change of heart and couldn't bear the thought of Madison taking Hot Girl Summer to another level. This is bad news for C. She better think on her feet real quick or this whole thing is going to come crumbling down on her and she'll be praying to get extradited ASAP. She cleverly calls Ryan using an AI voice changer to clear things up and tells him to leave with Madison's voice, but he's insistent on staying. To take their minds off everything going on, the trio decide to go on a night out, but as the evening goes by, Jessica and Ryan begin to grow suspicious of C. Rightfully so. Your girlfriend who always FaceTimes you is now only calling by voice and sounds like a Detroit Become Human character. Not only that, but this so-called friend has been staying in your house that you pay rent for and calling it hers. Yeah, it's definitely walking and quacking like a duck. Go to the local police station and file a missing persons report right now. During the night out, Jessica leaves early as she trusts her gut instinct. C follows her back and tries to convince her to stay, but it doesn't work. She calls C creepy and manipulative, and this was her biggest mistake. If you're about to escape the grasps of someone who you suspect is a criminal, the last thing you do is call them creepy. Her intrusive thoughts got the better of her, and now she'll be joining Madison in the afterlife where they can collab on a day in the life of heaven. Anyway, C stuffs her body into her suitcase just in time before Ryan gets back, telling him that she left for a hotel. The next day, C fakes a post of Madison with another man in order to convince Ryan to come for another night out. It works, and that night she drugs him and makes it out to look like they slept with each other. I mean, she threw the Johnny on the floor dry. She couldn't have like spat in it or something. Wait, this is how to beat the villain. Sorry. The next morning they part ways and Ryan takes off to investigate the post on Madison with another man. He goes to the hotel pictured in the background only to find out that no one has seen her in days despite the recency of the post. This sugar daddy here also mentions that in the photo there are clouds, however the last few days there's not been a single cloud in the sky. The cherry gets placed on top when Madison's gay best friend tells Ryan that she never told him about her new man. That last part just 1000% confirmed it. He goes back to the house to look for C and ambushes her by knocking her out cold and tying her up for interrogation, Casino Royale style. While tied up, she points out that if Ryan goes to the police, they would never believe him as he has no proof and that he'll just be sent to jail for beating and tying up a woman. True, but I'm sure the substantial amount of evidence that incriminates C will far outdo this, like, maybe the dead body in a suitcase with your prints all over it. Also, if the police searched her, they would find all of Madison's belongings including her passport and journal. Further investigation would unravel the whole scheme, including the major identity theft she's committed, and not to mention the countless murder charges. If Ryan wants to take it into his own hands, he should go full Lashifra on her, but it might not be as effective on her compared to Bond for two reasons. Instead, C offers to take him to Madison, and that night they go to the pier. I wonder what this 200 IQ character is going to do. Surely he won't find a way to screw this up. Great job, Ryan. You got outdone by someone a foot smaller than you with their hands tied behind their back. You couldn't, maintain a safe distance from her, or have her on a leash so she couldn't run away. At the very least, maybe not look over into the water while she's behind you. Anyway, C needs to find a place to dump these bodies before the police come sniffing around. Where else but the secluded island where the remains of Ryan can reunite with his girlfriend to do vlogs in the afterlife. It seems Madison's TikTok feed had some survival tips show up on it. I wonder what the over-under odds are on the number of days a social media influencer can survive on a deserted island. Probably the same odds as the Houston Rockets winning a championship. C, looking to finish the job, takes her trusty shovel and searches for Madison, but not before getting Rambo'd from behind. Damn girl! Madison has surpassed all expectations and just broke the dumb character cliche. Not only did she survive all this time, but her one-liner before finishing the villain off was short and simple rather than a long monologue which would have given time for the villain to recover. She also hit her a second time rather than once. Well done, Madison. Enjoy the rest of your holiday in Thailand. As for C, let's hope she had survival tips come up on her feed because she's going to need it. So, do you think you could survive longer than an influencer on a deserted island? Let me know in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Have a good rest of your day.